Alright. Well, I'm in here in the cat cave fucking up as usual. And I'm watching this video. It's talking about, I'm got addicted to watching these reels that are on Facebook. And this one I ran across is talking about we've committed $113 billion to Ukraine. Okay, you think of a major U.S. corporation, I don't know, Ford, GM, Chrysler, Walmart, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whoever, that makes profits every year roughly in that range. That would be like one of these big ass corporations just giving every bit of their money to another nation. Now, the United States government, where the fuck did it get that money? It don't produce anything. All these corporations I named, they produce something, and people buy it, and it makes them profits. No shit, Sherlock. That's how that shit works. Alright, well, my point is this. Where the fuck did they get that money from? Alright, I'm gonna clue you in. The government does not collect all this money that it gives away and all this shit from taxpayers. It's a fallacy. Yeah, we pay a hell of a lot in taxes. There's 300 million people in this country. But of that 300 million people, only a certain percentile actually pay enough taxes to add up to anything. Here's where that tax money goes. It doesn't go to the government. The government collects it, sure, through the IRS, the Internal Revenue Service. That money goes to the Federal Reserve banks, which is not part of the U.S. government. There's nothing federal about it, and there is no fucking reserve. The membership of the board of the Federal Reserve is anonymous. Yes, kittens, look it up for yourselves. What happens is the government goes to the Federal Reserve and goes, hey, let's make a deal. I need so many trillions of dollars. They turn around and out of thin fucking air, they loan the U.S. government money. Do they have that money? Fuck no. It's called fractional reserve banking. Their actual assets are a hell of a lot smaller than that. But they can lend out up to 10 times the amount that they actually have in actual assets. This is how this shit works. So the government just borrowed all this money and sent it to Ukraine. For what? Nothing. Because the Ukrainians are having their asses handed to them by the Russians. So that money's just, they're just blowing that money straight out of their ass. Here's the thing. What this does is creates what? Anybody that studied any history knows it creates inflation. When the French, after World War I, seized the mining districts in the Ruhr in Germany and shut all that shit down, the German government printed a bunch of money to pay the miners and all this kind of shit as compensation for the fact that they were out of work. And that was major industry there in Germany. What this led to was inflation. The more printed money you pump into circulation, the less valuable the money becomes. The more of it there is, the less valuable it is. If you got 16 cases of bubble gum in the back room of a store and your shelf capacity is 12 bags, you got what? Overstock. Each case holds 24 bags. You got 12 on the shelf. You got overstock. What's this shit doing? It's sitting there in the back room and it's not making you shit. This is exactly how this shit fucking works. So why are we having to pay more for groceries and commodities and all this kind of shit? Because of all these bonuses and all this bullshit the government was giving out, you know, stimulus checks and all this shit during the COVID bullshit. And that's exactly what it was. Now add to that, after the COVID scam ran out of gas, the Ukraine scam came along. In 2015, this shit could have ended because Germany, France, Russia, and Ukraine were going to sign the Minsk Accords. Then along comes this fucking former comedian, and that's exactly what he was, Zelensky, and he ran on this platform after Poroshenko, I think, was the former president, that he took his spot. I'll sign the Minsk Accords. I'll sign the Minsk Accords. I'll end all the fighting and all this shit. Guess what happened? As soon as he got elected, here comes the United States government. They sent this piece of shit Joe Biden over there. Don't sign it. And he didn't sign it. Vladimir Putin had enough of this shit and said, fuck this, and last year invaded and has been hammering their goddamn ass. Russia's not going to have Ukraine turned into a NATO country. They're not going to put up with that shit. And the consequences for us, all these sanctions that were put on Russia, guess what? The Russians are kicking ass. Economically, they're thriving. We didn't do shit to them. No. The damage has been done to all of fucking Western Europe and the United States. And the shit's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. We are already in a recession. And we're headed straight to a collapse of the fucking economy because Clueless and all the other shitbags that are nothing more than puppets for the people that want to see this happen, because they want this worldwide currency, this worldwide electronic currency, where you gotta have a chip in your right hand or your fucking forehead to buy or sell. Oh gee, Wally, where did we see that before? I don't know, pick up the book of Revelations and read it, assholes. Lewis, you're full of shit. My eyes are brown. I'm left-handed. Of course I'm full of shit. But I am dead ass right about this. Fuck you.